Welcome to Stories of Living. We're Stories of Living. Today is a very special day because why, Bob?
In honor of our very first episode, we're going way back and talking what it's like in the beginning when you first started a band.
That's right, Robert. And everyone knows in order to be in a band, you need some kind of musical ability.
Which brings us to our first topic.
First instruments. My first instrument was actually a snare drum and a little cymbal, or a crash, if you could call it a crash. It was like a splash.
Right, tiny little cymbal. Mine was the trumpet. I started off on the trumpet because there were too many people trying to play the snare drum with the little ting crash.
Yeah, my teacher didn't actually let me play.
Oh?
Well, she taught me it, but she didn't actually let me play with everybody else. She just kind of like taught me.
Doesn't sound like much of a band to me.
No. It wasn't really a band. It was kind of a horrible experience.
This is getting dark real fast.
Well, that brings us to our next topic.
First song you ever learned.
When I was about 15, I learned to play the bass, and my first song was She Hates Me by Puddle of Mud. I'm proud of that. It was just kind of like the I don't care lifestyle
You should be
on the road. What about you?
Well, back in the day, my favorite band was Blink-182, and the first song I ever learned was Adam's Song. Back in the day. Our first band.
Now, there are a bunch of different ways to meet people now, but back when I first started a band, I was 16 and already had the motivation to seek people out in high school who had similar goals. Wanted to tour all the time, play all the time, write all the time. Well, not tour at that age, but
yeah,
I wanted
high
to.
School, not going anywhere.
Oh, that's not true. Look at Justin Bieber.
One in a billion.
No Justin Bieber talk.
No, we're done with that shit. When I was 14...
Whoa, wait. Done with it?
Yeah, we're done with that shit.
Well, you liked it at one point? You're like, I had my Bieber fever.
Whoa.
And I'm done with it.
Well,
we're done with it? I never...
That's right. Anyway, so when I was, let's say, 14,
yeah.
Okay, I started my first band, and it was totally by luck. I walked into a music store, and I was just playing all the guitars, like every annoying kid ever in Guitar Center, and I was playing. Yeah, I still do it. Everyone still does it. It's okay.
I do the same thing.
But yeah, I was playing the Simpsons theme song, and I heard another kid playing it, so we kept playing it back and forth, and his dad came over and had told me that he was starting a band, his son, that is, and that, they were interested in having me try out and play guitar, and I did, and then that was my first band, and we learned a bunch of cover songs, and we sucked.
That's one way to start a band.
Sucking.
Yeah. To start a band, there are really only 5 things you need. You need to develop some kind of musical talent, some kind of ability to perform or to play an instrument.
The second thing would be to seek out people with similar musical direction as you. You don't want somebody in your band who listens to Justin Bieber. Well, I'll listen to Metallica.
Oh my God. The third thing you need is to work well together. If you don't get along, it's not going to go well.
Yeah, you got to click. The fourth thing, you probably need a place to practice. Whether it's in your mom's basement or your kitchen. Who cares?
I mean, they probably will.
They might.
The fifth thing you need is a name.
A name.
A good name.
Most important thing is a name.
You gonna do me like this?
Do me.
You gonna do me like that?
Gonna do me.
Don't do me like this. Bitch. What it takes to band. The number one thing you need to do if you want to be in a band and stay in a band, you need to always practice. Constantly. Don't ever stop. Just always practice.
Yep. Rule number 1. Rule number 2. Write original music. Even if you're learning to play cover songs, everybody does that. It's how you get started. Write your own thing, do your own thing, be your own band.
Always write, and don't listen to the rest of your band when they tell you your songs are terrible. The third thing you need to do is play shows. Constantly.
Always.
Always look for new shows. Don't turn down any opportunity. Look for different bands you like to play with.
Which brings us to our fourth rule. Promote. All the time.
What's that?
What's that? That's writing on people's walls, being annoying as hell.
That?
Promote all the time. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that stuff. Keep hammering it into people's heads and pick other people who you think might like your band based on bands they even listen to.
But you gotta be appealing.
I mean,
Yeah,
There's
so
some
what do
pretty
you
ugly bands. I don't know.
I know. I don't mean look wise. I mean like it can't annoy people to death. Like listen to my music. You listen to it right now, or I swear to God, I'm gonna jump through my computer screen and rip out your gizzards.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I know.
It's worked so far. All 30 people.
The last thing you need to do, and what it takes to band, is never give up.
Never give up.
No matter what happens, you need to stick together and be a band and see it through.
To the very end. Brothers in arms.
And that's how you become a band. That's how you stay a band. That's what it takes.
What it takes to band.
To band. What it takes to band. This brings us to a very sensitive, tender moment.
So moist.
Our first show. I think my first show was freshman year in a cemetery. Yep.
We're dead.
We're dead. No.
Tell us more.
It was in one of those, like, not like a tomb, but
Not
like,
a tomb.
not
Like
like
a
not
box.
like not like a tomb. Can you see the house I'm making with my hands? Not a tomb, but like, it was almost like an apartment building right on the edge of a cemetery, but it had a big foyer when you walked in. I don't know what kind
So
of.
you were playing to the dead. You were playing
no,
outside
there were
to the
people
dead.
there. There were a lot of people there. I wasn't singing at this time. I was playing bass, and
Thank goodness.
there was my friend Jeremy was singing, and he could not sing.
Oh,
Completely tone deaf. Oh yeah. Okay. Mr. On Pitch.
Mr. On pitch?
Mr. On Pitch.
That's what they call me.
He's Mr. White Christmas. He's Mr. Snow. Hey. Okay. Where was your first show?
My first show was in a cafeteria. It was the same shitty band I was telling you guys about earlier, and we learned about 15 cover songs, and we played a grade school dance.
So you were a cover band.
Yeah, it was my first band. Of course, we were a cover band.
My first band wasn't a cover band. We played covers, but we weren't. a
Oh,
cover
you
band.
did play covers.
Well, yeah.
That makes you a
we
cover
play
band.
covers. Other bands out there play covers. People like hearing covers.
Maybe.
You're such a bigot. What first influenced you to start a band, Robert?
Well, my dad took me to the store, and he bought me a shitbox guitar. It's a Suzuki.
I love that you choose to use that line.
Yeah, the shitbox guitar. And it's a Suzuki, and the neck is like this, and it's totally bent. And I just started playing that way. And then after that, I looked up to countless guitar players, and I just decided that I wanted to be in a band.
You wanted to be
I
someone
wanted to be someone
else.
else. I'm still not that
Then
person
yet. Me personally, I just always wanted to be a songwriter.
I want to be songwriter.
I was original.
Maybe
When I was a kid, I never really watched MTV and all that. I was like 6 years old, and my sister was 4 years older than me, so she was all about the, whatever 90s.
Whatever 90s.
And she was like leaving MTV on, and I heard the popular music and stuff. But like I got into Blink-182 because of the internet.
That's right.
And it wasn't just Blink-182. It was a lot of bands. It was Mest, 2, 1, Simple Plan. Yeah. But eventually I started writing my own songs probably around when I was like 7 or 8.
Youngin'.
Yeah. Which brings us to a deep, dark, smelly moment.
First band breakup.
That sounded like cops. Like
I know, it did. Breakups.
First band breakup. My first band actually left the drummer who brought the band together at first.
Wait. You mean the drummer who started the band you guys kicked out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was the bass player, and Jeremy found a new drummer who was actually much, much better, and we kind of just didn't tell him about it, and we just stopped practicing, and it was just like we spent a lot
What
of time
not
there.
to do in the band.
Oh, God, we were young.
You should at least tell someone they're being kicked out.
I heard he did a lot of weird things to a lot of girls.
Anyway, the first band breakup I ever had was our keyboardist and our shitbox drummer got into a fight and knocked some equipment over, and it was a big drama fest, and basically we all just kind of fell apart after that. We were looking for a drummer, looking for a keyboard player. The guitarists were jamming, but ultimately it led to our untimely death.
Out of all of that, whatever you just said because I wasn't really listening towards the end.
You fucker.
I can't believe you keep using the term
Shitbox.
This is the segment of our show where we end the we end the show, and it's been a lot of fun. I had fun.
I didn't.
Good. I'm glad you didn't have fun. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing this video. If you want to see more, leave us comments below.
Down there.
And I mean, we'd love to do it.
And
I would love to do it. Who cares about Bob?
hit us up. Suggestions, comments, concerns. We won't read them.
Questions, comments, concerns. We will too read them. That's all you would do. You'd be like, people care about me.
No, they're not. They're gonna make fun of my
I care
Justin
about
Bieber
you,
hair.
Bob. It's okay.
Yeah, all right.
At the end of every video, we're going to be doing a segment where we write a little bit of a song. If you guys want to suggest what we write about next, leave a comment below, and we could choose your topic, and we'll put your name down here too. Be like, this person suggested this.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.